skills, not just an ability to shoot the ball, averaging nearly 3 steals per game to go along with 5 assists.
5 on the timer. It's bounced to Ebanks. Now to Thompson on the mismatch with Fredette. It's cleared by ANTETOKOUNMPO for the Knicks. Transition 3, Marshall started off the season on a good shooting for Grand Rapids. Lost 102-90 just 10 days ago here in the Westchester County Center, but the Drive with a much different roster look that we'll get into. Baczynski turning baseline, no, too strong. Marshall blows the follow. Nice fake for Cam Holsey. He makes it 3-0 in the spot start for Grand Rapids.
And the Drive early on, challenging the big fella Baczynski inside.
A bounce to Fredette. Watch there by Thompson. Entry pass inside Marshall. And
handling the ball quite a bit as well.
Backside!
Brown fires it. First attempt for Jones from the outside. Tap to Baczynski. Pull up, Trice is good. Loves that shot. Couple of early field goals for Holsey. Fredette still without an attempt. Watch there by Thompson. Bit of a bigger body on the shooting guard for the Knicks.
Free to shoot.
Step back, Trice with a hand in his face. Left it short. Ebanks leads the break, and it's deflected out.
4 years old, has spent over a decade in the NBA, was in Brooklyn Nets preseason camp, and of course trying to get back to the league.
He was a Gatorade call-up last season, played for Fort Wayne, and then finished out the year with the Los Angeles Clippers. Ebanks steps out to hit a long. So after the road trip with back-to-back games Friday and Saturday, the Knicks returning to Westchester with a couple of days off. And then it was
the female official named Fatu. We have the male official named Fenezi. I joked with Fenezi before the game, Dave. I said, your name is easy compared to Fatu.
That's why they're paired up. Fredette misses the layup. Atkins on the offensive glass cleans up. Knicks trail by 4.
Darian providing a lot of that inside strength that DeJuan Summers was early on before he went down for the season for Westchester.
Lorenzo Brown takes the high screen, trapped in the corner momentarily. Bounces it inside for Jones. Jones was out of the league for a year and then returned to the D-League and got that call-up last season. Trice just inside of the three-point line, buries it. Right back the other way, high off the glass, Lorenzo Brown. Another field goal for the Georgia Tech product.
And another field goal in the paint for Grand Rapids. They've been doing a lot of business in there early.
Trice from 3, left it short. 4:15 to go first quarter. Grand Rapids in transition. Brown, an awkward shot. Takes it away from Atkins, no good. Dawson at the rim, misfires. Jimmer on the run out. Has yet to score. Well, going up against a player who played 29 games with the Minnesota Timberwolves just last season.
First 2 for Brown, who had 23 against Westchester last meeting.
Lead back to Grand Rapids. Saunders off the dribble handoff. Cleared by Barlow. Grand Rapids always looking to push. Barlow misses. The follow, Holsey. His jersey, with the way the jersey was, tremendous dunk by Capers after Brown crossed him over for the long 2.
Returning for the Drive,
Brown and Capers matched up again on the left end of the floor. Ebanks steps into a 3. Too strong. Marshall has the long rebound, pushing the action. Knocked out of bounds, stays with Westchester.
Yeah, and he is now shooting 4 of 6, and as we mentioned, a man who has starred often in the second half, but tonight doing it in the first.
In a game that is becoming more metrics-based, where you either shoot a 3 or a dunk, it's very rare to see someone so smooth in that 8 to 20-foot range. Inside, Holsey continues his impressive for Trice. Took it away from one another. Now Ebanks cannot make Westchester pay. Trice loves the pull-up. There's another, just a little bit short. And ANTETOKOUNMPO draws the loose ball. Michigan State product. Both him and Travis Trice, former teammates for who is now the #1 college basketball team in the country. Inside, Holsey no good. A rare miss by Cam in this first half.
You look at Grand Rapids scoring so far, their big guns have been held way down. Ebanks only 2 points, Brown only 4, Boatwright just 4.
Off the nice spin, Lorenzo Brown cuts the game to just a 1-point difference. Trice, a former Spartan, Tom Izzo's club, #1 in the rankings. He thought in the preseason that this year's club could be better than last year's Final Four squad, and he hits again in the mid-range.
Of course, if you play 4 years for Tom Izzo at MSU, you will likely go to the Final Four at some point.
Dawson gets it back from ANTETOKOUNMPO, sets up Holsey perfectly for a dunk. We'll hear from Mike Miller at the end of the first half.
And you spoke with assistant coach Kobe Carl as well. We'll hear that at halftime.
Fredette missed in the paint. Brown without numbers. Something you'll always see in the D-League. Good pace off of every miss. The rebound by Dawson. Brown tracked it down. Now it's Dawson in the paint. Little fall away, no good.
And then traded to LA.
Because the LA Clippers don't have a direct affiliate, he is basically made available to all 19 teams, and there's a certain system to determine where he ends up. Kuczynski with the left hand misses the bunny. Barlow full steam ahead. Headlocked at 40. Westchester has lost 2 of its last 3 after starting the season with 6 straight victories. They were the last undefeated team in the D-League, and they still have the best record out of the 19 squads. Fredette has had a quiet first half, scored 37 points in his debut 10 days ago against Grand Rapids. ANTETOKOUNMPO against Dawson. Pretty finish with the left hand.
Yeah, ANTETOKOUNMPO getting his first points of the evening here at the nearly 2-minute mark. And how about the job that Westchester has done on leading scorer Devin Ebanks tonight? I'm shooting, and so Cam Holsey getting the start. Normally comes off the bench, leading the way in scoring for Grand Rapids with 13. Travis Trice, big shooting night, 6 of 9 so far, 13 for Westchester.
2 minutes. 2 minutes to play in the second.
Barlow off the screen. Brown fakes it, now drives. He's fouled.
Nice job changing hands in the air. That bit of pain in the neck for both these teams.
Fredette looks back door. ANTETOKOUNMPO gets blocked. Gets his own miss on the reload. It's Trice. Lipped out from 3. Still tied at 42. 90 seconds left. ANTETOKOUNMPO the reach-in foul.
Wants to get him his minutes come hell or high water.
Brown, Holsey, Jones, Ebanks, and Thompson. The starting 5 for Grand Rapids begins the third quarter. And the Knicks counter with their starting 5. Fredette, Trice, ANTETOKOUNMPO, Marshall, along with Kuczynski. And Fredette has just his 2nd field goal of the contest, pulling Westchester to within 1.
Going with the high arcing shot was Jimmer that time.
lot of dribbling there for Sam Thompson. Blocked by Antetokounmpo. Straight down to Halsey with 1 second on the time.
So we talked about Baczynski with no field goals. He remedies that very quickly.
A mid-air redirection for 2. Offensive foul. Baczynski had a great conversation with Jordan the other day after practice. A very thoughtful and articulate player. He welcomed his second child into this world about a couple weeks ago. Praised his wife for keeping everything together. I'm away from his newborn, and he admitted that it was a couple of difficult days. Antetokounmpo follows up the miss by Marshall, or was it a pass at the rim from Sean?
Well, in any event, doing it on both ends. Getting the bucket there was TA after his block on the other end.
Great start for Westchester, pulling ahead by 3. Long rebound, Trice. Antetokounmpo, no hesitation, but too strong, and the weak side rebound down to Jones with number. Caught in midair, but flips it in anyway. Just underway in the third quarter. Marshall straight away, catch and shoot on the 3. Jones knifes through, going to the line for 2 free throws. Just tremendous humor from our perspective. Antetokounmpo, bad spacing with Baczynski. Baczynski spins and a blocking foul. Jordan was out of control, but he draws the whistle.
Dave, we saw a guy hit a basket, get fouled, and here's Trice missing for 3. Antetokounmpo trying to put it back, and does. And Westchester.
Yeah, it was odd. It was the idea that he was fouled in the act of shooting, but he made the basket only through an illegal act, so they couldn't count it. It was bizarre.
Yeah.
And thankfully, we're courtside, so we're able to have some chats with the officials during the breaks.
So it was a made basket, but they said that after being fouled and before making the basket, he traveled, so they couldn't give him that call.
Nice step back, Lorenzo Brown.
Game has been very close right throughout. Neither team has gone up by more than a handful so far.
2-point lead for the Knicks. 8:15 to go, third quarter. Antetokounmpo on the take. Slipped out of his hands. Devin Ebanks on the run. Ball must be slippery. Stays with Grant.
Suddenly the drive has gone up by 2.
Fredette trapped off that high screen. Leaned in looking for contact. Thompson sidestepped the shot. Now it's Fredette up ahead. Antetokounmpo for 2.
And so Jimmer with the turnover the previous trip, but this
in the Western Conference semifinal. Fredette, skip pass. One more Trice on the deck against Jones. Antetokounmpo fouled under.
Rounding into form, picking up a very fast 5 fouls this evening.
Jump ball, Trice shielded off Brown. And a foul called against Sam Thompson.
When bounding, Sean has had a quiet evening so far.
The 5 starters playing the first 6 minutes of the third quarter for Westchester. Mike Miller got in all 10 dressed players in the first. Catch and shoot Marshall, no good. Another rebound for Sam Thompson out of Ohio State. Lorenzo Brown, beautiful bounce pass on the cut. Thompson is making the push. So Trice, Fredette, Antetokounmpo are in.
Nine-point lead whittled to 2 here.
Catch and shoot, Dante Jones. Brandon Dawson, the LA Clipper on assignment, checks back in. Brown gets it back, lays it in, and we are tied at 84. The drive coming back from a 9-point deficit to tie it with 7:15 remaining in regulation. Good hands, Ebanks. Pitch this evening.
Travis with a big, so Dante in foul trouble, but making a very big play there.
Would have been his 6th if it went in Fredette's favor. Brown gets all the way.
Had the big first half shooting. The bench nearly outscoring the starters tonight for Westchester.
Every single Westchester starter with a negative plus-minus. Devin Ebanks muscles his way for 2, and the lead back to the drive.
And they're starting to score inside too easily here late in this game.
Kuczynski forces it inside. The turnover to the Brown run out. Dawson trails. 9 ties, 10 lead changes. Back and forth game. Jones in the corner. Swish.
Well, the veteran doing it when it counts.
5 minutes to go. Jimmer for 3. Buried it.
They gave him room that time, and of course, Jimmer with that quick release doesn't need much of that.
Deficit back to 2, 91-89. First 3-pointer for Jimmer tonight. In a poor shooting evening. Ebanks caught it on the run. Shouldered his way inside. Fredette stole it away from Dawson.
I would expect Jimmer to start going crazy here.
3 off the front of the rim. Trying to give Westchester the lead and have this county center crowd explode. They were ready. 4.25 minutes to go. Brown challenges Antetokounmpo. Offensive rebound, Ebanks.
Again, I think Fredette will really try to assert himself here. After all, in spots like this, Dave, this is why he's here, or one reason anyway.
Less than 10 to shoot. Whipped inside, Ebanks with position.
Point mark if he makes this one. So despite a long night, he's well within his average. 19-7 a game.
Ebanks.
Oh, Kuczynski.
To Jones. Got his own miss. And a reset for Grand Rapids. Brown off the screen, throws it back, Ebanks. And a foul. Westchester played their best game of the season against Austin last Friday. Dropped a game at Oklahoma City. Antetokounmpo with 3, no good. Atkins keeps it high. Does not make the layup. Jones, 7 to shoot. Jones setting up Atkins. Back to Brown, 3 on the timer. Fires over Fredette. No. 2 minutes left. Knicks trail by 8. Fredette out to Trice. Catch and shoot. Too strong on a 3. The rebound down to Ebanks. Trailed by Antetokounmpo. Pushes off on Capers. 6-point game.
Beautiful feed by Fredette that time, and nearly thrown away here.
Full court pressure. 90 seconds to go. Brown just over the timeline. Knicks playing straight up. Ebanks just beyond the foul line. Cans it.
Well, he was wide open.